Hello and welcome back to round 5 of the Formula 2 2023 season. We are today in Imola for qualifying, and the pace was overall good, so we jump straight into it for the quali. So we are now on the straight, start-finish straight, going towards turn 1. It is all flat out with the DRS. At 75 meters you brake and shift down to third gear. Do not go over the curb too much, because the sausage curb will completely get your car out of control. Then here, fifth gear, just 2 little brake taps and downshifts towards the hairpin, 50 meters. Second gear, late apex, and as soon as possible again on the throttle. As we go uphill towards this left-hander, 25 meters or something, shift down to third. Do not go over the curb too much, as you will get track limits. Then downhill towards this really fast section. Uphill, need to watch out on the exit, because it's very easy to spin the car when you go uphill. Then for this chicane, try to cut as much over the curbs as you can, but not too much, because it will again unsettle the car too much and you will just lose it. Then again 75 meters, maybe a little bit later, could have been possible. And then through the last corner, it's very hard to mess this one up. If you take too much speed in, then you go on the gravel and it's just done. But we take provisional pole for this race with a 1:26.266.
So today, the sprint race, no pit stops, just full on pace. It's all about speed, daring, and sheer driving skill. What, I wonder, is in store for us today? It's 3.1 miles around Imola with 19 turns to master, 9 right-handers and 10 left. And note as well that Imola is one of the few tracks that's driven anti-clockwise. Keep an eye on the exit from turn 18. A good exit there, leading into the circuit's only DRS zone, will probably be the setup for some of today's best overtaking opportunities. It's Formula 2, it is the sprint race. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me. Now Alex, there's no mandatory stop in the rules, but this is Formula 2. Anything could happen.
Try to leave reverse in the pit lane if you possibly can. You do not want to be going backwards from the front row of the grid. This is the moment where some drivers are able to snatch points they won't be able to later on.
So here we are then for the formation lap of the sprint race. Of course it's reversed grid, so we took pole, but now we need to start from P10. We need to charge up the field to get back to at least the podium. That's where we are hoping for. The pace was pretty good. Pourchaire was a little bit behind, not too far. I think it was half a tenth or something. But again, we need to try and get these tires up to temperature, as it's still a problem to get them in a good temperature. I'm trying to get as much heat in the tires when you are going to grid up, as we get a perfect parking. And now we wait for the rest to grid up. So here we go then for 5 lights. And away we go for the sprint race here at Imola. Pretty decent start. Pourchaire is a little bit better away, but we tuck him immediately behind him for the slipstream towards turn 1. Can we make a move already? We go around the outside of Pourchaire, try to go around the outside as well on Victor Martens. Not really possible. We go for the outside for the next corner. We are going still side by side towards the next left, but we have the inside for the next corner and we are ahead of Pourchaire. A really good start to get him immediately, as he is the championship leader, so we need to take more points than him throughout all these races for the rest of this season. as we are now in lap 2. Still behind Martins, going towards the chicane as there is the Rufala locking up, coming back onto the track. Not really how you want to see it, as he touched Martins on the exit there. I could easily avoid it, because I saw it early enough, but that means that Martins maybe has some kind of damage on his side pod or on his floor. So he might have less downforce through the corners. So let's see what if he will slow down, as the DRS is also enabled for next lap, because there's only one DRS zone on Imola. So lap 4 now, Dennis Hauger setting the fastest lap, Oliver Beerman now with a 28.9, but we have the DRS on Victor Martins. He goes for the inside towards turn 1, but we should have enough overspeed, as we have to get in front of him before the first corner. A little bit too wide, almost going onto the curb and over the sausage curb. That's not really what you want. At least we got the position, and now we are up into P7. And now we need to catch up with Ollie Beerman. So right now we are in lap 5, still trying to catch up with Ollie Beerman here. We do have the DRS, as the pace overall was pretty good. We should catch up with them pretty easily and also overtake them pretty easily. But of course we have this DRS train on the straights, so that might be a little bit of a problem, as the gaps are not really that big overall. Everybody is about half a second behind each other. The wave behind us is 1.7 seconds, and then we have a little gap to Pourchaire towards his teammate as well. So we are driving away slowly compared to the guys behind us, as there is also rain expected later into the race, so that might affect the strategy we have here. As of course in the sprint race you just stay on one tire, and that's the mediums. And right now we might need to go onto the full wets later on in the race. So that's something to keep in mind and to watch out for, as we are close to Beerman right now, and we might have a chance of making a move into turn 1, but he is driving a little bit away from me, and it's pretty much impossible to close in enough to make a move. So lap 9, still behind Pourchaire. You can see there are a few darker clouds, as there is one car going off. That's Leclerc going off into turn 1, and myself getting a little touch with the grass, and that just completely unsettled the car. Luckily no one behind us close, so Victor Martins stays behind us. But again I make the same mistake, going way too quick into the corner. Maybe a little bit of dirty tires still, as Martins goes round the outside. Has more grip of course, because there's still the dust on the tires, and he gets back in front of me. So that's one position lost. That was a pretty dumb mistake to make, but we are not slow. We can catch up quite easily to him, as I have a little tap on his rear. So later in the lap, going into lap 10, we are really close to him again. He goes for the inside, I go for the outside. It's just a flashback that I get from a few laps earlier, and we make the move again almost onto the sausage curbs. That's what you want to avoid into turn 1 and 2 and into these corners. So lap 14, as you can see on the camera, we have a few spots of rain. It's now going into light rain to go up the hill. So with still 11 laps to go, we might need to think to box for full wets. So lap 17, still raining, and it is going to rain even harder. as the grip is slowly fading away and these slick tires have no grip anymore. So for now we should be good, but within 2, 3, 4 laps we maybe need to box, as Martins goes for a move here around the outside. He goes into turn 1, try to brake as late as possible, but it is not enough. So he takes P6 back, as Fittipaldi behind us with 8 seconds. With such a big gap behind us, we should be good, especially in the rain right now. It's very slippery and very difficult. So there is a little bit of a room to make a mistake, but not too many, because 7 seconds isn't too much for that. So lap 19 now, DRS is disabled. It is getting darker, the clouds are getting darker, there is more rain falling, and the track is getting a little bit reflectional, as you always see with the rain, that the track is lighting up a little bit. But as you can see, also Fittipaldi slowly closing in on us, so that might be a little problem later on. So we still have 6 full laps to go, as Victor Martin spins it out of turn 2. That is a bit unlucky for him. He's still standing there. Let's see what happened. He goes into turn 1. Going a bit too early on the power, as well as some slicks. So that is losing him quite some points. It's myself now you can really see that there is a lot of rain. And I'm also almost losing the car, going almost into the gravel, completely understeering through there, as the AI is just not pitting. And this is a bug or a glitch or something that they should have fixed right now, as this was last week. So it should be fixed that they are boxing for wets. I hope so. Let's just cross our fingers, because this was such a difficult experience, as normally you would just go straight into the pits. So for lap 24 we look with Clement Novalak almost losing the car there. Onto the grass he goes and completely locking up into turn 1. That could have been a nasty crash. So let's see what happened there. He goes towards turn 1, trying to overtake this Red Bull livery car. Yeah, almost losing it and completely locking up into the gravel he goes. Luckily for him that he didn't lose it completely and smashed it into him or into the wall. So now we are into the last lap. Fittipaldi closed in on us. He's going for the outside move. Look at the weather, it's completely full wet tires. But we are still driving and fighting the car on the slicks. Fittipaldi could make a move here around the outside, but it wasn't really possible for him. So we stay in P6, but for how long? Can I manage to get the car back, as these conditions were so difficult to drive? You see, losing the car on every exit. Every time I smashed the throttle completely to 100%, it was just going. Still here in 4th gear, you can hear the car wheel spinning. While it was through the corners, it was pretty okay. It was pretty much understeer that was annoying, but it wasn't too bad. The only problem was pretty much the throttle. You can see here as well, half throttle, 3rd gear, 4th gear, still wheel spinning out of the corner. And there's a big train behind us. As Fittipaldi goes for the move around the outside, not really the place you want to go, but he tries it. Couldn't get it done, as I completely shut at the door there, because I just wanted this position, because it's just stupid that the AI is not pitting. But Dennis Hauger takes the win for the sprint race, as I am still struggling through the last 2 corners. As we go through the last corner, we at least managed to get the car back, and we take the checkered flag in P6. Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but a very important win nonetheless.
Feisty young drivers reverse the grid and send them with no pit stops. There's always going to be a bit of chaos, JT, but they dealt with it really well.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be MP Motorsport picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
So that's it then for the sprint race. We see Dennis Hauger on the top step. Then we got Ollie Beerman taking quite a few places. He goes for second place. Then we got Hajar in third place with 6 points. Then we got myself, of course, because of the quali points, the 2 points for pole. Myself in P4, but I finished in P6. So Iwasa was finishing in P4, taking 5 points. Novalak in P6. Of course, after that almost that crash, he still managed to get it home in P5. Fittipaldi, or myself, I mean, in P6. Then Fittipaldi behind us in P7. P8 is for Daruvela, and he is taking the last point. So that is it again for this race, for the sprint race. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the feature.